everyone, it's Renee from New Ways Nutrition. Today's video, we're going to talk about 3 simple and balanced lunch ideas for you to feed your 6-month-old. All right, so this meal I've got here for you is super simple. It is basically just, I've got a piece of toast here. This is a sprouted wheat toast, and it's just easier for your baby to eat if your toast is a little bit harder than just a regular piece of bread. And then we're gonna do some hummus. So there's 2 ways you can serve the hummus. You can either just do toast fingers and then serve the hummus on a spoon, or if you want your baby to get the hummus a little bit more, you can just spread it on the top. So that's what we're gonna do now. And this is a homemade hummus that I've made. You can buy just anything from the store. Check to make sure there's not too much salt in it would be my recommendation. But hummus is a great source of protein, fiber, iron, all of that good stuff. I'm gonna load this up. But yeah, most of that stuff comes from the chickpeas. So chickpeas are a great source of all of that stuff for your baby. So we're gonna do what we do every time. We're gonna make some fingers here. Again, it's never gonna be perfect, but just go with it. This is probably 2 times instead of 1.5 times the length of the fist of your baby, but that's okay. And you'll notice if you start feeding your baby toast, it probably is gonna fall apart in half. It still should be big enough for them to get, especially once they're a couple weeks into eating. So we're gonna put 1 on our plate. Remember, we don't wanna overload our baby, so portion control, only give them 1 at a time. And then just to balance out the meal, we're gonna do some frozen raspberries. You can do fresh, but you wanna cut them in half. The texture is a little bit harder and it can be a little bit of a choking hazard. So you'll see this right here, put this down, this is just a frozen and defrosted for 20 seconds in the microwave raspberry, and you can see how soft it is. Depending on exactly where at 6 months your baby is, you can break it in half to make sure, but this one is soft enough that it really shouldn't be a problem, and I would be surprised if your baby actually got it into their mouth full. So they do seem very soft. They should be able to get them in. My baby has no problems kind of mashing it with her hands and getting it into her mouth. So that, like I said, super simple meal. It is balanced and it's delicious. So there you go. All right, so this meal we have here is going to be a hard-boiled egg with some Greek yogurt, some cheddar cheese, and some cucumber sticks. So the first thing we're gonna do is mash up our hard-boiled egg. So I just have a nicely hard-boiled egg here. Just run your fork, through it. Kind of like you're making an egg salad. So you just want it to be pretty mixed up, no big pieces. And then once we do that, we're just gonna put in a spoonful of 2 of Greek yogurt in place of what you would normally put in mayonnaise. Just so the Greek yogurt will give it a good amount of protein, healthy fats, and some nice calories. And the egg is full of iron and protein and calories too. So that's about 2 spoonfuls there. Let's see. So that is a nice baby-friendly egg salad. 2 ways that you can serve this. You can mound it onto the plate like I'm gonna do. And it's sticky enough that your baby should be able to get clumps of it, about a tablespoon or 2. Your other option is you can preload a spoon and give it to them that way. They might get a little bit less, but that's always an option. So there's our egg salad. Our next thing that we're gonna do is I've got some grated cheddar cheese here. So you can see it. You can grate it however you want. It just makes it so it's not gummy and it doesn't get stuck in their throat. So just give them a tablespoon or so and save the rest for if they like it. And then we've got our cucumber here. So the key with the cucumber is you want it long enough for them to be able to hold it, and then you're gonna cut it into kind of finger length pieces and finger width too. So you have it like that. This is an excellent teething snack. Usually babies around 6 months, they're having some problems with their gums, so they can gnaw on it. And if you leave the skin on, generally without too many teeth, they can't break it. We're not expecting them to swallow the skin. If they start to, you can take that out. But just for gnawing on, it kind of keeps the cucumber together. So that is our nice, healthy, balanced meal right there. So for our meal now, we have some asparagus, some black beans, and some cottage cheese. And we're gonna doctor those up a little bit. So the first thing we're gonna do is we have some black beans here. So this is just some drained out of a can. And I buy the salt-free and then I don't rinse them. I just drain them as much as I can. And the reason I do that is I like a little bit of the juice left to keep the seasonings that I'm gonna put on it kind of mixed in. So what I have here, as you'll see, I have some cumin, some chili, and some garlic. And I've just got a half a teaspoon of each pre-measured. And this we're just gonna put right in and then mix it up. Now I think a lot of us in the States are afraid of giving our babies seasoning. If they are breastfed, they are getting whatever you eat through your milk, whatever seasonings you have. And when they were in your womb, they also were tasting the flavors through the amniotic fluid. So babies are way more used to seasonings than we give them credit for. I'm not suggesting you go out and give them a habanero, but a little bit of seasoning is not gonna hurt them and it's gonna help their palate develop. So this was just a mild chili powder. It's really not spicy, but it just gives them that little bit of a different flavor than they might be used to from some other things. So that is basically it. You can serve this cold or you can heat it up in the microwave for 2 minutes just to make it warm. I like to put these on my nachos, so usually when I give this to my baby, we're having both of them at the same time. The thing with beans that I do recommend when they're first starting at 6 months, so I like to put a little bit on the plate, but I recommend that you mash them up a little bit. They don't know how to chew yet. They're learning that skill. So mashing them up some is gonna help just get them down and get them through their little digestive system. So it looks more mashed than it is. It's just a light mash just to kind of break the bean up so you're not seeing whole beans coming out the other end. So that is all for that little bit we have right there. Okay, and then we're gonna take our asparagus. So this is just asparagus from the store. Now I will give you the disclaimer. Right now it's February and it's in California. This is coming into season. That's why we have asparagus. Don't feel the need to go out and buy really expensive asparagus when it's not in season. Any vegetable that's in season is really gonna work. My daughter right now is loving asparagus just because it's really easy for her to hold on to and she sucks everything out of the middle of it. So with the asparagus, you just wanna cut the ends off. You can also snap them, but I like to go the quick way. So you have two choices. You can serve it just like this. Sometimes I like to cut the end off and then she literally just sucks all the innards out of this. Or you can cut it in half. That is a little bit more of the finger width and finger length size that is generally recommended, but sometimes this end can get really thin for them and it's hard for them to hold. So it's up to you and your baby. Tonight we are gonna steam these. You can also grill them. We love to grill these and that's the way that we generally serve them, but we do have steamed tonight. I'm gonna show you, we have some pre-steamed. So this is the texture that you're looking for, no matter how you cook them, grill, roast, steam. So you really wanna be able to mash it like that. So think about your baby sucking it out, so you want them to be able to really get the inside out of that. So that's the texture that you're looking for. And we're just gonna serve 1 or 2 pieces at a time. So we'll go ahead, they're thin. So we'll give 2 over here on our plate. And then next up, we've got some cottage cheese. Again, along the lines of seasoning, I like to spice it up a little bit. So today we're gonna do some lemon juice in this, and we're literally just 1/8 of a teaspoon. If you want a little bit more, you can do 2 of those, and then just mix it up, and it just gives them a different flavor. You can mix this up every day that you give it to them, so they never know what to expect, and that's not a bad thing. So this, just like all the other lumpy things, you can serve it just in a scoop on the plate, or you can preload a spoon, depending on how much you want them to have of that. And there we go. That is our healthy and balanced meal. All right, that's our video for the day. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you give us a like below or subscribe to our channel for all of our latest updates, or leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you think. You can also check out our website at newwaysnutrition.com, and we've got some great resources there and some help on how to make sure you build a balanced plate for your baby. Have a good day.